After the debacle that was Ghostbusters 2016, we got the Ghostbusters 3 that we'd been asking for, Ghostbusters Afterlife. It was a nice send-off for the dearly departed Harold Ramis, it wrapped up a few things, and it started a new journey for a new group of Ghostbusters. But now, we got a sequel to that film, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I'm Troy from Marks on Movies, and today I'm reviewing the brand new Ghostbusters film, Frozen Empire, and giving my thoughts on the latest entry into the Ghostbusters saga. Now, let's get into it. Some people weren't that into Ghostbusters Afterlife, feeling that it was unnecessary and did for Ghostbusters what The Force Awakens did for Star Wars. I was not one of those people, however. You can call me a simp for the member berries all you want, but I enjoyed it. Was it better or even on par with Ghostbusters or Ghostbusters 2? Nope. No, not even kind of. Was it a fine sequel that memorialized Harold Ramis?
Yep.
Absolutely. Before I get into the ratings and critiques of Frozen Empire, I'm going to run down the plot and give my thoughts on it as we go. As a heads up, yes, there are spoilers from beginning to end. You have been warned. I'm not really sure what happened between Afterlife and Frozen Empire, but we've moved from the BFE of Oklahoma to New York City. They don't really convey this too much, but we're led to believe that Callie Spengler, her boyfriend Gary Gruberson, her children Trevor and Phoebe, and apparently the Chuckle gang, Lucky Domingo and Podcast, who, yes, I had to Google to even remember their names.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
Are helping Winston and Ray re-establish the Ghostbusters. Why? Has there been a sudden uptick in ghostly activity in the Big Apple? Or has crap just been hitting the fan for the past, 30 years since they all hung up their proton packs? Don't know! Their first encounter involves capturing a ghost in Hell's Kitchen, which draws the attention of the mayor, Walter Peck. Remember him?
Oh, I remember.
He threatens to shut them down. Per usual. To appease him, Callie benches her underage daughter Phoebe. Why the hell is Phoebe, a very young girl who can't even drive yet, allowed to carry around, essentially, a nuclear reactor on her back and fight the undead? Mom of the year right there. And I don't want to hear this crap about her not being your average girl or being a genius or whatever. She's still a child. Anyway, Phoebe goes to play chess alone in a New York City park at night. You know, like you do. Fighting the undead may be actually less dangerous than that. But anyway, she befriends a ghost girl named Melody, a chess prodigy who died in a fire. I never think in terms of shipping characters, so I honestly thought that this was just an innocent teen girl friendship, but we get hella romance vibes as this progresses. Phoebe's gay, by the way.
Ha! Gay!
Meanwhile, Ray and Podcast, yes, he calls himself Podcast because he's super cool and hip with Gen Z, collect cursed objects for examination, including a strange brass orb sold to them by Nadim Razmati. Yes, because we can never have enough Kumail Nanjiani. Anyway, he reveals its significance to his late grandmother. The orb, suspected to be a ghost trap, unleashes a psionic pulse that damages the ecto-containment unit at the Ghostbusters headquarters. Uh-oh. Winston takes the orb to his research center run by Dr. Lars Pinfield, another character you're going to forget as soon as the credits hit. They attempt to extract information from it, but they fail. Further investigation leads Trevor, Lucky, and Pinfield to Nadim, who explains the orb's history and connection to a demonic god named Garaka. The orb was built by 4 sorcerers called the Firemasters to imprison Garaka, who sought to conquer the world with a ghost army, feeding on negative emotions to lower temperatures to absolute cold. You know, like you do. They learn that Nadim's grandmother was a descendant of one of the Firemasters who imprisoned Garaka in the orb. Then we go to Peter Venkman. Remember Bill Murray? Anyway, Venkman discovers that Nadim has latent pyrokinetic powers. Cool. As the team delves deeper, they uncover a plot involving the Manhattan Adventurer Society and a ritual that accidentally led to Garaka's imprisonment. Walter Peck seizes the opportunity to exploit Phoebe's involvement to shut down the Ghostbusters. Phoebe, now with even more of the big sads, compounded with the big dumbs, runs away with Melody to Winston's research center. There, she turns herself into a ghost for 2 minutes so she can be on Melody's level or something. The reverse Casper. Phoebe's gay, by the way. Either way, this is all a part of some big plan that was vaguely explained to inadvertently help Garaka escape by making Phoebe say an incantation to open the brass orb. It was explained that Garaka could only force ghosts to do his bidding and not the living, so I get that. But why did it have to be Phoebe? Why was she specifically sought out and not someone a little bit more gullible and doofy like, I don't know, her brother? Don't know. But anyway, with Garaka free and wreaking havoc, the Ghostbusters must regroup to stop him. This means the new ones, the old ones, and the forgettable ones. Teamwork! Phoebe, realizing her mistake, reconfigures her proton pack to strengthen it with copper alloys. Melody, betrayed by Garaka, who promised that she'd see her dead family again, and then he reneged, aids Nadim in mastering his powers to weaken the god with one of his two weaknesses, fire. How did he even go from not even knowing that he had fire powers to being able to fight off an ancient demon god within 24 hours? Don't know. Don't ask questions, damn it. Either way, Ray ultimately traps Garaka with the ruptured containment unit, and he's gone. In the aftermath, Melody reconciles with Phoebe before departing for the afterlife, her unfinished business now being finished, I guess. Phoebe's gay, by the way. The city thaws, and the Ghostbusters are hailed as heroes, with Walter Peckerhead forced to support them. This was the most realistic part of the movie, with a politician caving on everything they believe in because of public pressure. Phoebe is reinstated as a Ghostbuster, proving that her mom and stepdad are still dumb, and the team begins pursuing escaped ghosts across New York City, setting up for yet another sequel. Oh, she also calls Paul Rudd Dad, giving him a warm, fuzzy feeling in his tummy. Now, I know I pointed out a lot of stupid stuff in the movie, which would lead you to think that I hated it, but I did not. My biggest critique was that the movie felt pretty damn long for a Ghostbusters flick. It was only about 2 hours in runtime, and I don't think that it was boring at all, but it just seemed, I don't know, too long. I don't know how else to describe it. My other complaint is that there are too damn many characters in this movie, which most of them you'll forget even exist as soon as the Ghostbusters theme hits and the credits pop up.
Yup!
Even the returning goobers from Afterlife, I hardly remember. It took me a good 1/3 of the movie to remember who Podcast was, and then I instantly wished I didn't remember who he was.
What the hell is even that?
The tiny Stay Puft Marshmallow guys are back for reasons. I guess they moved from Oklahoma too.
Right.
And that's my last complaint here. There's too much unexplained stuff going on in this movie, and they don't keep you up to speed with it. The family moved from Oklahoma to NYC. They now live in the old fire station that was the old Ghostbusters HQ. Podcast and Domingo also moved to NYC. There's a Ghostbusters research lab. There are ghosts everywhere throughout the city. The Stay Puft Marshmallow babies are there too. Why is any of this happening? Don't know.
Why don't you explain this to me like I'm 5?
Apparently, they don't consider it essential knowledge to you following the plot of the movie. Past that, besides the Chuckle gang and the massive amounts of forgettable characters, not even mentioning Patton Oswalt's 5 minutes of screen time, no one was really unlikable in this movie. Dumb? Sure. Plenty of dumb decisions made by characters. Overly stupid? Nah, none of that. The villain was genuinely cool, scary looking. There were a couple of laugh out loud moments when they weren't doing their best cheesy Marvel-style quips.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
And there was plenty of action to break up the plot. I've seen lots and lots of people complain that Garaka was killed too quickly at the end. They built up this whole movie to him, then he died quickly. I didn't think that was really the case. What was he supposed to be out and about throughout the entire film? I enjoyed what we got from him, but besides Nadim coming to grips with and then mastering his fire powers within a matter of hours,
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I felt the way they ended him was pretty cool and made sense. Rotten Tomatoes gives this film an 83% audience score and a 43% on the tomato meter. I think the audience score is probably about right. It wasn't masterful cinema, but it was way better than most garbage pumped into theaters nowadays from all studios.
It's Hollywood, baby.
If you're looking for a good movie to watch with your family this weekend, you could do a lot worse than Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and that's the best compliment I can give it.
I will only see it 3 more times. Today.
Comment with your thoughts. Did you see Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? If so, did you enjoy it? What did you like or not like about it? If you haven't seen it yet, I appreciate you listening to my spoiler-filled review. But after hearing it, will you watch it? Let me know down in the comment section. Also, please share this video around to everyone you know, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the little bell to be notified every time we post brand new content. I've been Troy from Arcs on Movies, and we'll see you next time.